What's up, everybody? Here I come. Hey, got a new look, y'all. New look. Alright. Ain't nothing changed. Man, little summertime. For all y'all that don't know me, I am Eric Payne on YouTube, Eric Payne on Facebook, and also I am Eric Payne on Google+. I'm on Twitter, on Instagram, I'm Eric_Payne3, and I'm also on Yelp. I'm outside. It's a nice day out here. It's supposed to be 80 degrees today. I figured, I dress down, get on my t-shirt, my little shorts, all right. Sport a little summertime. It's hot already. It ain't even 80 yet. It's like 1 o'clock. I feel like about 80 right now. All right. The reason I'm coming at you today, I'll be very brief as I can with the video, is of course I'm outside my my driveway, and continue to do what I do. Okay. I am Eric Payne of Society Gone Unchecked, my organization that I've started. That I'm trying to get the non-profit going with it. By way of me and my cousin, she's helped me out with that. But to defend civil rights, human rights, constitutional rights, victim rights, disability rights, medical rights, and the rights to exist peaceably within the confines of the United States of America and our territories. Okay. Enough is enough with injustice. Okay, everything starts when you're in a civil society. Everything starts with law enforcement. Law enforcement, okay, as well as the rights, and that's to enforce not necessarily criminal activity, but the rights of others. Okay, and and when you talk about the rights of others, okay, there's certain basic guidelines also. There in addition to laws, you have concepts and guidelines, okay, and when you sit back, in a society like ours, we are the free world. We are a democracy. There's no country better than the United States of America. Men and women like myself, for past, present, future. For us to have our equalities in our way of life. But then you have people who fought for civil rights, human rights, constitutional rights, and stuff like that, and the rights of certain organizations to exist peaceably within the confines of the United States of America. I'm coming at you because there's a threat in Fort Washington, Maryland, Prince George's County, and the state of Maryland, and around this country, when it comes to our civil liberties and our civil rights, civil liberties, human rights, constitutional rights, to dwell in our area of operation, be in our homes and when we go to restaurants, to parks, to nightclubs, to lounges, to concerts, to church, using the roads and the highways and byways, if you will. And I'm bringing attention to those things right here, and feeling safe and secure, which affects our social needs and our esteem needs and security needs and things like that. Want to be able to sometimes leave your door because you got to run to the bathroom or something like that. And I'm bringing attention here to the area of Fort Washington, by way of law enforcement, but also businesses that are in these areas. And law enforcement and public officials are supposed to monitor their area of operation and their agencies that they're duly responsible for, i.e., for example, internal affairs are supposed to monitor the misconduct and code of ethics and values and misconduct, if you will, and criminal activity of police officers. And of course, you have human relations that deals with the rights and say, for example, human rights of Prince George's County, dealing with public accommodations, the civil rights of others in the county, The district commissioners, we go file charges of, if you will, of something of a sort on a person who's giving you a problem. You go to the district commissioner. State's attorney process works for the citizens of Prince George's County that prosecutes these cases. Then you have, of course, you have your county legislative and county executives and stuff like that. The attorney generals, state prosecutors, U.S. attorneys. You have the governor and your general assemblies and stuff. I'm telling you right now that if you are a public official, if you're a law enforcement public official, you see in this video, and I hope that you are, because I do email it to the police chief, as well as the county executives, the state's attorneys, and some police commanders will have their email. If you're concerned, if you really want to pursue and solve crimes in Fort Washington, Prince George's County, okay, as well as the state of Maryland, that you have to come out of all 911 calls. You have to write reports. Ask the person if they mind being recorded, something to refer back to. But you have to get out of your cars and you have to find out who's who when it comes to citizens, who's pretty much involved in what. Sitting in your cars, just driving by, and having an attitude and being mean. And that's what anyone being mean, being with racism, hate, discrimination, jealousy, gossip, and just having no social life, your social behavior not being accounted for is a problem. That you're not happy, and when you're sitting in these jobs, not necessarily law enforcement, but even bartenders, if you will. I don't drink, smoke, or do drugs. But bartender, whether it be a nurse, whether it be a doctor, car salesman, home real estate agent, it doesn't matter, hairstylist, barber, whether you're a state's attorney, whether you're attorney general, whether you're investigator for state's attorney, whether you're a district commissioner, county executive, the president of the United States, you are accountable for your conduct and your actions, okay, on and off duty, wherever you are at all times. Like your children, show the children some love. But at the same time, you have children that are having a challenge at making their life and finding out their identity and who they are. You are accountable for that. You are accountable for that and for their conduct. Also, as you become an adult and you groom, beyond the age of 21, and you're working, if you will, and you have children of your own. You're responsible, not your grandparents, not your parents. They're not responsible. Your aunties and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, it takes a village. We all come together, but we have to worry about a lot of our primary responsibilities. And as citizens, we have a duty to report on these different things: civil rights, human rights, constitutional rights, victim rights, medical rights, and the rights to exist. For example, of your own property, that you're following guidelines. I'm on my own property, and I'm minding my business, and you have people that just want to violate that. You get shut down as a nightclub, Martini's nightclub, Game Room nightclub, Have Note nightclub, the VFW on Southern Road in Morningside, and the Have Note being in Bowie, Martini's in the Game Room being right here in Fort Washington. And I will tell you right now, and these are places that have been discriminative, racist, and have been attacked in all these venues. Okay, and I'm the one calling 911, and nothing is happening. Or people just say, because you call 911, they just want to say, you can't come in, you can't, and no real reason why. See, that's a violation of civil rights and constitutional rights, especially if they have public accommodation. Now, if they were a private club, they had club cars, this and that, then that's different. Just like my house. My house is not a public accommodation. My house is my private home. And so I'm simply telling you that you have people out here that take the law into their own hands. On one hand, they want to verbalize you, threaten you, disrespect you, and I'm talking about all of the above. and that no one, if you don't say anything, it'll never be known about. I would tell you, I submit to you right now, okay, that if you live in the confines of Fort Washington, Maryland, Prince George's County, in the state of Maryland, okay, that you do what I'm doing, if you will, or that you make a difference, okay. I am highly motivated, extremely dedicated. I'm a 20-year Army veteran retired. I am a certified Homeland Security investigator, former. I don't drink, smoke, or do drugs. I consider myself a mentor and a limited role model, if you will, and very responsible. Know my duties and responsibilities as a citizen, a now citizen of this great nation. That I fought for freedom and democracy, for us to have a lot of our liberties that we have now. And it's a shame that you get disrespected. You know, you try to report criminal activity by way of a lot of these police departments, and you can tell, and I see right now why so many murders going on in Prince George's County right now. So many murders, some violent crimes. Just a murder last night in Children or something like that by Ranch Road. Okay, and enough is enough. If any news organization, Channel 4, hopefully Channel 4, Channel 5, okay, see this video, what should we call it? Just call it, because yes, you are reporting, but you don't have accurate reporting. There's no news organization that that's really assigned to Prince George's County, the state of Maryland, that I know about. It's pretty much general, as I was told, working the area, and you all hang out in D.C. And you report on all these places outside of the state of Prince George's County, the state of Maryland. We don't too much care about what's going on in other countries. Really, I mean, we want to know that we'll watch world news, but we would like Channel 4, 5, 7, 8, or whatever, to report on what's going on here. Not just the bad things, but the nice things. Okay. I live in a fairly quiet area, Fort Washington, Maryland, Prince George's County, and I'm a homeowner, and I'm a taxpayer. I'm an honorable man. I carry myself accordingly. I have a problem with people that abuse their position and abuse their power, and just want to violate, and allow their personal feelings to get involved in a professional situation. For example, that you're mad because you can't answer the question about why there's so many doggone murders and violent crimes, or rape, robbery, car thefts, burglaries, arson, if you will, domestic violence, going on, and that's hot and cold cases that have gone on and that's going on in Prince George's, in Fort Washington, Maryland, Prince George's County, in the state of Maryland. And you can't answer, and you're a public official, and all of a sudden, you want to, let's say, when it comes to, for example, Eric Payne, that right now there's supposed to be an order that someone, first of all, couldn't come to the courthouse, and I didn't ever see the order, so I kept going. But yet, now it's like, we have sheriff deputies. I have sheriff deputies following me around the courthouse everywhere I go, Upper Marlboro, Prince George's County Courthouse. Okay, there's no order, and why is there order? I'm no criminal, no high-profile person that's coming to it, because I've broken the law or something like that, and that I'm a threat to citizens and stuff like that. No, I'm not. If that was the case, then I would be locked away somewhere. Okay, I'm telling you right now, I'm tired of Prince George's County Sheriff Department following me in that courthouse. Okay, I'm tired of Prince George's County at the administrative building. These officers over there who threatened me, telling me that I had to leave the building, as I was on the phone with Governor Hogan's office, and this was last week. And so enough has become enough. Enough has become enough. I'm an honorable man. I believe in love, peace, harmony, respect, justice, and equality towards all. Look at the sun. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. I don't have personal problems or social behaviors that stops me from thinking clearly and dealing with the everyday issues that the average person has. And so I'm not going to continue to dwell on this, all right? But I am looking for police officers, police commanders, police chief, internal police Prince George's County, Prince George's County Internal Affairs, as well as the Better Business Bureau, a lot of Department of Inspections that monitors clubs and businesses in this area. I want Martini nightclub closed down. The state is closed down, supposed to close down, and the state closed down. I want the game. I would like the game room down there. This place shouldn't be allowing all this dancing bands going on and stuff like that. They are a bar and they're a pool hall, okay? And I would like to see someone to address the references of people being hired with any job, especially in this county. I'm talking about this county, okay? If you're in a high security job, you better have a security clearance. If you're just in a job, period, who are your references? Who's hiring you? Why are you being hired? A lot of these people have attitude problems. They probably have daggone problems that they can't even really deal with people, public figures, or people in public, in the public. And they're working in these daggone nightclubs. They're working in these bars, lounges, dance halls. They're working in these county executive buildings, these county offices. They're working in law enforcement. They're working in public office like district commissioners, the state's attorneys, attorney generals, human relations. They're working everywhere, okay? And they are not nice, especially these secretaries. Also, I would like to see that. I would like the FBI to a task force for Prince George's County to come down. And if you're not here already, okay, that you start. Do not trust these police officers of Prince George's County, okay? I'm telling you right now. And don't get me wrong, I would like to say they're good officers, but you good officers out there, there are no good officers, because you're good officers watching bad officers do bad things, which means you're not good anymore, okay? For all your police officers out there, you know what's going on. Stop sitting back because someone in uniform telling you gotta protect you gotta protect them, or they automatically in crowd. No, do not collaborate and do not support criminal activity. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you break the law, I don't care who you are. All right, public officials, enough's enough. Enough is enough. I am calling on, as I mentioned, these police commanders, Police Chief Stawinski, as well as State's Attorney Brooks, and also Brooks, County Executive Baker, his legislative Williams, Mr. Wayne Powell is in charge of the State's Attorney Office, who feels she has no jurisdiction over her. No one has jurisdiction over her. The State's Attorney Office works for the citizens of Prince George's County, not the police chief. Okay, not the police chief. And right now, it seems that it's like a stigma where it's like law enforcement and government versus the citizens. It's a shame. It's a shame. And, I don't even feel safe in this county. I don't feel safe in Fort Washington. I would like to see someone take responsibility and do what's right. Do what's right. When you get things come across your desk of a complaint or request for charges against a police officer or public official, that you act properly and accordingly, to include judges and lawyers. That enough's enough. Life and humanity is not valued, especially in Fort Washington, Prince George's County. I don't believe it's valued. One murder. You should have task force everybody down here for FBI, as well as the Homeland Security. And enough is enough. These police officers and law, they feel they're above the law. Just because I raise up my voice and I talk in a certain way, a certain tone, you're not my mother or my father. You don't tell me how to talk. It's called freedom of speech. You better have some respect yourself and know your common courtesies, okay? And know a little customer service, okay? If you're going to get these crime solved, that's why, and I'll speak for the black community, why they don't like law enforcement. That's why they don't talk. Because on the other end, you want information to help you solve crime. But you're out here violating people's civil rights, human rights, constitutional rights, victim rights, disability rights, and the right to exist, and medical rights, and right to exist peacefully. You don't care. And I'm talking about Prince George's County, okay? Enough. All these murders going on, all these violent crimes going on in Prince George's County, right here in Captain Call, where I live at, on my website, okay? These citizens are complaining, but they're just not doing what I'm doing. I'm going above and beyond the call of duty because I'm a United States Army soldier. I'm conditioned to love, lead, and report, okay? And it's not personal. I love my life. I love my lifestyle. I love having a nice time. Be able to go to the harbor like I did, to Sunnybrook, or go up to out down to Proud Mary's, or to the Hideaway, or to the Decoy Mountains and stuff like that. And I see officers out there, and those officers that's normally that know me, they know I don't do nothing wrong. Okay, it's these criminals, the ones that want to say Eric Payne is doing something. Those are the ones that are doing something. Okay, because I'm probably a toll on their ass. Excuse my language. I'm probably a toll on them, and they want to pursue me. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna go on camera in a minute. Again, I'm gonna name some names. Okay, and you know who you are, especially out of District 4, Eastover, Oxon Hill. You are a hotbed for criminal activity, misconduct, code of ethics conduct violations, discrimination, racism, and I'm not just pulling a race card. I have the proof. And I've written letters to the Major Reeves down there. Yes, I said it. Okay. And Internal Affairs Major Grant. Okay. And so I'm just simply telling you that enough's enough. Okay. I am Eric Payne of Society Gone Unchecked. Okay. And to all the children out there, especially the 17 and under, okay, listen to your mama and daddies, that you are minor children, that you go to school, okay, get a good education, that you graduate from high school. Say no to alcohol, drugs, and cigarettes. Don't sit back and allow peer pressure or bullying or teen pregnancy and stuff like that to include making children be a part of your young lives, okay? That you get out there and you do what's right, that you, if you have a problem and your parents are not around, you need someone to talk to, you talk it out. You go talk to your school teacher, someone to trust in your community. I'm not necessarily saying a pastor in your church, but prefer a pastor in your church. Most churches are nice and can be counted on, but also neighbors and stuff like that. I have a number of teenagers that have come talk to me about different issues, and no one's perfect. No one's perfect, but you have to live your life accordingly to respect and equality. Love yourself, love your neighbor. Don't sit back and love your fellow man or woman. Respect a person for who they are. Respect all the races. Okay, and also, don't give in to being weak when a person is trying to influence you to break the law or to do the wrong thing. If you're sitting out there right now and you're thinking about committing a crime or doing something wrong, okay, don't do it. Don't do it. If you're out there breaking the law right now and you know you want to stop, just stop. Okay. If you commit a crime, okay, no one knows about it, especially a violent crime, murder, rape, robbery, or something like that, burglary, car theft, whatever it may be, go turn yourself in, okay? Don't sit back out there. You committed a crime years ago. It's probably bothering you or whatever, okay? Just report it, okay? Turn yourself in. Do not break the law. Do not sit out here. Don't disrespect people either. Especially when it comes to disabled people, special needs, and people that have been physically challenged, as well as situations of gender disparity. Okay, I have no problem with people that consider themselves gay or that are gay, lesbian, transgender, whatever. I have no problem with people, anyone, any races that are white, black. I'm a black man, or Native American or Asian. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you're American in the United States of America, or around the world, whatever. I've been in many countries. I've been in other states and stuff like that. I've been around the races. I have references to who I am. And so, whatever you do, you have to remember, I have rules, I have standards, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm better than no one. I love myself. I love my way. I love who I am, who I've become in life. I don't lie. I don't sit back and break the law, you know. And at the same time, I'm not perfect, you know. I'm not perfect, you know, but I'm not gonna sit out here and let somebody, you know, catapult me into the life of crime, saying I did something that I didn't do because they try to protect their own interests, whatever it may be, whether you're law enforcement, whether you're public, whether you're business, whether whoever, private industry, whatever you are, public official. You know, enough has become enough. That's all I'm saying. So remember, love, peace, harmony, respect, justice, and equality towards all. As long as you remember those things I call my rule of law. Those are my rule of law. Okay. Things will be grand. You know, things can be grand. You know, love yourself. Get out there after work. Don't think that you don't have time. You get off work, you just feel like you're just so tired. You know, go to a park and just relax. Wind down before you go home, so that you don't take it on your husband, wife, or your children, or your loved ones or significant others. That you sit back and realize that you do count. Don't sit back and think that you don't count, and what you say or do does not count. But again, if you're out there breaking the law, you're out there, you know, trying to feel like you're trying to make extra money illegally, something like that, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. No one wants to be locked up in a cage. But at the same time, on the same note, you know, I'm challenging law enforcement and law enforcement commanders and public officials to stop this daggone madness about with this violence. Okay, stop the violence. To say no to violence. Say no to discrimination, racism, hate, jealousy, and gossip. And stop the collaboration. If you don't know me, you never met me before, you know, I'm a very easy person to get to know. You know, I don't like anyone to violate me, my friends, and family, and people that I want to make my friends. So on that note, as you see me, all right, I'm going to. I was trying to do some dancing before it got hot. You know, it's kind of, you know, it's a little hot right here now in the sun. You know, but I'm gonna dance to a couple of songs. And that's what I do. I'm a dancer. I'm a dancer also, and I dance as even more as I became physically challenged in 2004, April 2014. Went to the hospital for one thing and came out with one leg. You know, and I'll, you know, not gonna comment too much on that. But at any rate, I am Eric Payne, and you know, coming to you from my driveway. In Fort Washington, Maryland, Prince George's County, the state of Maryland. I'm sorry, as I mentioned. And I would say, remember, you know, if you don't make it happen, nobody else is going to do it for you. Okay, but do not break the law. Doing things illegal activity, breaking the law, committing crimes. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. So I'm telling you right now, if you're out there and it's early, you know, and you've been out there, you know, you're around here robbing people, you're breaking somebody's houses and cars. I think it's your little money-making scheme, if you will, or whatever that illegal thing you may be doing is. Do not do it. It's not worth it. Go out and get a job. There's a lot of people out hiring up around here in different levels of responsibility. Go back to school. Do something. And remember, if you're having problems and you need to talk to somebody, go talk. Talk it out. Okay? And talk it out is worth it. You know, it's worth it. Well, I know. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Today is April 18, 2016, and I'm gonna bring it real heavy. And it's a shout out to the armed service veterans of the United States of America, especially the United States Army. You know, holding it down in those war zones, holding it down in these different countries and different and in the United States in your area of responsibility, doing your duties and responsibilities as soldiers and armed service veterans, as airmen, as sailors, as Marines and Coast Guard, National Guard, Army Reserves, Air Guard, that you remember, you know, you do count, and believe me, stand up for what's right, do what's right. I love you, armed service veterans, and remember, shout out to Special Forces, United States Army, Hold it down, sir. You don't have a friend. You have a friend in Fort Washington, Maryland. And I'll tell you right now, all the special forces of the United States of America and around the world that you work with, that saved your blood from different things. Only you know. I don't know what your missions are. I know what some of your missions have been only after the fact, but you know where you are. You know who you are, and you know, big ups as Lennox Lewis used to say it when I used to watch boxing. You know, big ups and you know, hold it down real heavy. As I like to say, you know, hold it down real heavy. You know, hold it down real strong, and you know, believe me, you know, it can only get better. And believe me, we see, you know, we know the armed service veterans, we know, and that's men and women in uniform, and I'm proud of the women bringing down barriers, and doing what's right to make themselves known as well. So on that note, I'm gonna end the video, and I would simply say, you know, I am Eric Payne. Hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on YouTube, watch the video, and you know, I'm just gonna dance. I'm just gonna dance, you know, because I want to bring attention to all the issues of armed service veterans, children, women, the disabled, the elderly, you know, the homeless, and injustice. I call them my lucky seven. And so, on that note, all love, you know, all peace, you know, all respect. Stay strong, everybody. We are the United States of America. I am an American, and I love our freedom and democracy, which can only get better. And I hope you all have a lovely day once again. And thank you for listening.